Hi, this is Helen. Welcome to my channel. I want to share with you some ways that I use paper napkins in my journals. This is just your regular paper napkins like you get at birthday parties and different holidays. You need to go down to 1 ply. What I usually do is just run my fingernail along the edge here, and you'll see things start coming apart. To save time, I've already started this side. So you take off 1 ply, and if there's another, you take that off also. You have to be careful. You want to tear up your napkin. So hold on to your napkin. Some of them come off easy, some of them don't. These you can discard, or you can actually stamp on them with permanent ink and glue them down to things, and the napkin disappears. Okay, now you have just the front of your napkin. 1 ply. That's all you want. You won't be able to see through it. Okay, one way that I use it is I use it on the outside of my journals. But first, I iron it onto Pellon 931 TD. You can see the little bubbles on the back. That's an adhesive. You put down your Pellon, bubble side up, put your napkin on the top of it. You see some of it sticking out. You don't want that all over your iron. So if you use a Teflon sheet, or you could use freezer paper with the shiny side down, and then press. Read the instructions for the Pellon, and it'll tell you how long to press and how long to keep your iron down. Now, that doesn't mean iron, press. Press and hold. When you do that, it makes your napkin feel like, it almost feels like cloth. In fact, it does. I mean, the back feels like cloth, and the front feels like cloth too. Now, I wouldn't submerge it in water, but it makes it very sturdy. And I've used it on several of my journals. Here's one that I've used it on. Like I said, it has sort of a fabricy feeling. I wouldn't use a real wet glue because it might come through. Here's another that I've used it on. Turn this side where you can see it better. So it has a fabricy feeling. I used it on this smaller one, but I decided to put some gel medium on top of it. So you can tell this one's a little more shiny. It doesn't feel like fabric, it's harder. That's what I did with this one. It has a little bit different, you can tell it has a different look. Okay, and this is the way I first started, excuse me, I first started using them. And these are book pages, and I use gel medium on top of the book page, and then I put my napkins down on top of that. and then I put more gel medium on top. So these have more of a plastic feeling to them. Almost like they could be waterproof. They might be. I've never tried. Here are some different ones. This is a little pocket. This one opens from the top. I did actually sew around mine. I sewed them together. But they're just book pages with napkins on them. It's a little envelope. This one I punched along the edge. Some of it's come off, so that's probably not a good idea. It was too small. These things were too fragile. But it looks cute if you can get the right punch. For that one. You can see the book page through it on this one because this napkin had a lot of white in it, so you can see the book page through it. You can also, if you don't want to have that plastic look, you can use a glue stick. And this one's Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength. It's a permanent glue. So I just took an envelope, put the glue on it, and then just put the napkin down. And it has a more of a softer napkin feeling. It's not as strong as the fabric feel, and it's not shiny like the Mod Podge or gel medium. This one I just put it on the front. This is a smaller one, and this is actually a napkin. It doesn't look like it, but the white part, you know, it's just dissolves into the envelope. Then I put a little piece of it on the back on the flap. This can be tucked inside your journals. Can be tucked in. Stuck under a belly band. Excuse me, tucked in the corner. Different ways you can use them. And these two, this is a smaller one. It's just a long envelope. I put it on one side. Same thing, I used the glue stick. On all of these, I used the glue stick. And it's just a long envelope. I cut the flap off and punched half circles, folded it in half. This can be used in your journal when you're sewing them together, like this is a signature. You could put it in the middle, or you could easily use it behind a page. Then you'd have little tuck spots. This one is the same way. You put it in the middle, it'd be on a larger journal, but it's an envelope that I opened up. This one I actually used watered down Elmer's Glue-All on it. Put some water in it, made it thinner. And then I glued the whole napkin on. So I opened up the envelope, because that way, this is the middle of your signature. You can put it in your signature, you can sew through it, and then you can glue it back, and where your signature is sewn in would be hidden. You would have an envelope in the middle that you could tuck things in. I also made some tags. They're not finished, they just had the napkins glued on them. On this one, I also used the watered down Elmer's Glue-All. You can tell this one had a lot of color on it, so you can still see the book page behind it, but there's no white. On this one, there was a lot of white, so you can easily see the book page. Same thing with this one, there was a lot of white. This one didn't actually look like this, it was just this part, and then I tore out this part. But because it's white around them, then you can piece them together and you can't tell the difference. So you can use any part of the napkin that you would like. And this one had the, all of them had a book page behind them. And on the back I put coffee stained paper so that you can write on it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the different ways that I use my napkins. You could also take this one that's on the Pellon, you could actually cut it up and make it a belly band. You could make it a pocket. You could back it with a piece of paper or cardboard, but you wouldn't necessarily have to. It's pretty strong. So if you just wanted it to be softer, you could just cut a strip and use it as a belly band, detach it in the top and bottom and stick things under it. This area right here would make a pretty pocket. You just cut out what you need. Save your other parts because you never know where you're going to need them. So I hope I've given you some ideas and helped your imagination take a little trip. Maybe got you thinking, and that you'll come up with some even more ways to use your napkins. So that's all I have for now. I'll check with you later. Please be sure and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. But see you later. Bye-bye.